What's going on, everyone? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, I want to say thank you so much to each and every single one of you for making this channel what it is. If you like what you see and you enjoy the content, I really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. Also, smash that like button with each and every single upload, and of course, comment in the comment section below. Also, I do have an eBay store called the Carolina Collector 001. We're looking at this box. Obviously, a lot of this stuff that you're going to see here today will be listed tonight, if not tomorrow, or sometime during the week. But I do sell graded card slabs, loose cards, complete sets, and some other various items over at my eBay store. So if you want to help support the channel, that's how you can do it. The link is in the description box below. And without further ado, let's get into this box break. So I've been waiting for about 2.5 weeks for this to arrive. I uploaded a short today talking about how I fulfilled my customers' orders today. There's still a couple stragglers, but that's fine. You know, I got a lot of repeat customers that take 1 or 2 extra days to pay for their orders. I don't mind that, you know, because they already got a reputation with me. So if you take an extra day or two, you know, I'm not going to penalize you or complain or anything, but I do appreciate the support. I do appreciate you guys paying quickly. It really means a lot because it enables me to do more things like this, especially for the channel. So, this is a 20 card submission of many cards that I've either ripped or broke out of boxes here on the channel. In particular, there's 2 Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards in this box. There's a couple of other random cards that I just decided to get graded because why not? And there's really not much to say except to break this box and see what we got inside. And I already know what the grades are, and I have to say I'm very pleased with SGC. They are amazing. Their turnaround times are great, and their grades, I mean, are just incredible. Now, before I go through this box, of course, there's paperwork here that I want to take out because I don't want to dox myself. But with this latest submission, I've got to say I'm quite pleased with the grades. With the exception of one card that I was baffled by why it got the grade that it did. But then after doing further research, I saw exactly why this particular card got the grade it did. Because unfortunately, some cards are very deceiving, and sometimes you have to give them a second or third look to see why SGC would grade these the way they did, but we're going to get into it right now. So here we go. Now, forgive the noise in the background. School has officially started here in North Carolina, and of course, we're going to get a lot of noise while I'm filming. So what else is new? So as you can see, there's a big stack of slabs, and we are going to start with the one that's up on top. I submitted a few of the same card just to see what would happen, and the grades came back exactly how I thought they would. And again, there's one card in this submission that I was a little shocked by. But then again, like I said, after doing my research and seeing why it got this grade, I now understand why. So the first one we got right here is a Mitchell & Ness 2003 Aaron Judge. This one received a 9.5. And that's only because the centering is just slightly off top to bottom. And it's got these little manufacturing issues on top of the card. Chrome, it's kind of natural for chrome cards anyway to have like all these little things and scratches and print lines and blah, blah, blah. But it's a 9.5. I'm not going to complain. That's not a bad grade for an Aaron Judge card. And again, many of these, if not all of them, I'll make available for sale over at my eBay store, the Carolina Collector 001. Again, the link is in the description box below. Here's the second Aaron Judge, and this one also received a 9.5. This one has slight top-to-bottom issues. That's pretty prevalent here on the back. You can actually see the top to the bottom. It's just slightly off. But a 9.5 is a 9.5. I believe we have another Aaron Judge to take a look at. This one came out a 10. And I do have sleeves coming for these. I think I only have maybe like a dozen sleeves left as far as like the plastic sleeves that go over these, because I don't like these to be scratched in any way. But we have a perfect 10 Aaron Judge. And here is yet another Aaron Judge, a perfect 10. I absolutely love SGC slabs. I'm sorry, I know there are a lot of people that are either Champ BSG, there are a lot of guys that are Champ PSA. I personally love the SGC sleeves. Here's another tuxedo Aaron Judge Perfect 10 from the Mitchell and Ness set. And up on top here we have the last Aaron Judge, and that is also a Perfect 10. Now, I had 2 Mojo fractors of these that I opened up myself, I believe. I opened these up on camera for all of you. I'm not sure. I don't know if I did the box break on camera or off camera. I can't remember for the life of me, but I did pull 2 of these. We have ourselves a base Paul Skeens Mojo fractor from 2024 Bowman. This came out a Perfect 10. And let me just say something for the record. I've been trying to get a high-end Paul Skeens from this set. I finally caved and bought a red border Mojo fractor out of 5, which was a PSA 10 for about $1,200. Because trying to track down the high-end Paul Skeens now, he looks like he's on course to be the Rookie of the Year, possibly. And the way he has been performing, I mean, Paul Skeens is a hot ticket like Jackson Merrill, Jackson Holiday, Ellie De La Cruz, guys like that. But I finally caved. But it's nice to see that at least one of my base refractors or parallels came back a Perfect 10. But that's not the only one, because I just happen to have 2 of them that came back a Perfect 10. But now that I have that out of 5, which is currently in transit right now, I will probably keep one of these and sell one, or I'll sell both. I really don't know yet. I'll see when I get to that. When I get to that fork in the road, I'll make the decision. But most likely, I'll probably sell both. We'll see what happens, or I'll keep one. I don't know yet. You know. And then I decided to get both of these graded just to see what happened. And as anticipated, I should have realized that this is going to be a very difficult card set to gem. I have 2 Leody Taveras SP cards from Heritage, and came back a 9.5, and I can tell you exactly why. It's just the material that this is made out of. This card stock is very difficult to get a Perfect 10 off of, and you can also see that it's off-centered slightly on the back. Still a 9.5. I'm not going to complain. It is an SP, and this particular card is doing quite well. And having said that, I happen to have 2 of them now that are a 9.5. So I might keep one, sell one. I might sell both. I really don't know yet. Again, very difficult card to gem, because you can see, you know, the little issues throughout the card, and that's only because of the card stock, and of course the centering is just slightly off, but they're 9.5s, not going to complain. Then we move on to our next Mitchell & Ness cards. I know there's a couple of them, and I believe all 3 of these got the same grade. We have a Corbin Carroll base out of 10, or it came back in SGC 10, excuse me. I actually have his red out of 5 from this set, which came back at 10. So most likely the ones that you see here on camera I will be selling over at my eBay store. I'm not sure if I'm going to list any tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I kind of need a bit of a break today, because today was a pretty busy day. I fulfilled a lot of orders today, and people are still straggling to pay for their orders, but that's fine. Like I said in the beginning of this video, it tends to happen. But, you know, my customers have been very good. I did find that there's potentially one shill bidder that I may have to block. I've already relisted a similar card in its class. But should this person not pay after the 5-day deadline, then of course they're going to be blocked permanently from bidding on any of my future auctions. So, but fortunately, at least the 2 cards that or 3 cards that I have, I'm able to cycle them quite quickly. So then we have these 2 Bobby Witts from the Mitchell & Ness set, and this one came back at 9.5. Most likely because of the top to bottom issues, which you can kind of see here on the back. A little bit, it favors the bottom, and you can actually see that here. It favors the bottom just a little bit, but it is otherwise a 9.5, so not bad. And Bobby Witt Jr.'s cards from the Mitchell & Ness set, as far as my sales concerned, have been doing very well. And here we have a perfect 10 of the same card. And the centering on this one is much, much better. You can actually tell when you look at the two of them that this one in my right hand is just a little off compared to the one on the left. It's ever so slightly different. The camera may not be able to pick it up. But again, that's one of the things. When I see guys complaining on camera about their submissions to SGC, and I'm going to say it again, and I've gotten to know how they grade quite well. One of the biggest things that they harp on is centering. And if the centering is off, then your grade is going to be affected by that. And I actually have an example of that right here. And this one should be no surprise because I opened this one on camera for all of you to see. And we're going to take a look at it right now. We have us the Paul Skeens Spotlight out of 99 refractor. This one came back in 8.5, and the reasoning is the center is off, and it has the slightest little ding right here in the corner. And if you guys watch me pull this out of a pack, you can actually see the ding right there a little bit. That really had an effect on the car. And there were also some minor issues with the surface. But top to bottom on this thing isn't too bad, but the left to right is maybe slightly off a little bit. You really can't tell. But you can actually see it here on the front, how low the Bowman logo is from top to bottom. So you can tell it's favoring the bottom just a little bit more than the top. But it's a Paul Skeens 8.5. I'm most likely going to list this as well, because now that I got the out of 5 red border Mojo Fractor that I spent an arm and a leg for, most likely I will sell this one. So I paid $13 each for these two next cards to come up and clean them up a little bit as best I could without using the peanut butter. You know what I'm referring to. Basically, I used an old-fashioned microfiber cloth. I like the Walmart brand, the Great Value ones, because they're really, really soft. If you wash them once or twice, it gets off all those little particles, which I highly recommend you do first and clean this up. And I'm actually quite surprised because these cards had, I don't know if they were glue marks or whatever it was that was on these cards. I was able to get most, if not all of them, off. But both cards came back in identical grade. We're talking about Paul Skeens again. This is the Lunar Glow, came back in 9. And those marks were prominent specifically on the back of the cards. I tried my best to clean them off. I mean, you might not be able to pick them up on camera. There might be some residual throughout the card. But again, this one, unfortunately, does suffer from top to bottom off-centering. You can actually see that here and here. On the back, you can actually see that just a little bit more. It's a little tough to tell unless you have like a... if you have one of those templates, but your giveaway is this corner and this corner here, so the top to bottom is a little off. And then again, like I said, even though I tried my best to clean this with a microfiber cloth, I'm sure there's still some residual stuff on here that you can't see. It was some sort of schmutz, I don't know. But it came back at 9. It's still not bad. And then we have the second one that I got, and I paid $13 each for these two. And this one also came back in 9. Again, the centering is a little off. In this case, the right to left is a little bit off, and the top to bottom is slightly off. But otherwise, you know, not bad. You can actually see, if you look in this corner here, how it favors this side of the card. But it is a Paul Skeens. And now we get to the 2 stars of the show. Now, you have to realize, and I've showed this on camera, I do own a Ken Griffey Jr. PSA 10 that I paid for. I paid $1,700 for this thing at the time. And now I'm seeing them go as high as $2,400 to $2,500. So the price of the card is going up. And these are from the junk wax era. And they're extremely difficult to gem. But I did open 2 of these on camera. And I'm still pleased with the grades that they got. And my predictions came true for these 2 particular Ken Griffeys. The first one came back a 9. Now, I already knew going into this that the centering was off. You can actually see that on the back, where the card tends to favor... Actually, it favors more the 11 o'clock, 10 to 11 o'clock going in this direction. But there really weren't many issues with the card. Again, mostly centering. I think one of the two of these had like a little dimple. One had a dimple on the hat. The other one had like a little mark on the front of the card by his eye right here somewhere, or on the bat, I forget. But it came back a 9. And from what I've seen on eBay, PSA and SGC 9s of Ken Griffey Jr.'s rookie card will go anywhere between $140 to about $200 each, which is what I paid for those complete sets. So I basically, in essence, almost got my money back. So, hey, it's an SGC 9. It's a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. I'm very happy with that. And then, of course, the second one is also a 9. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. With the exception of the Paul Skeens, these grades are very impressive from SGC. I'm not going to complain. They have been doing a bang-up job recently. They have not disappointed. This is another batch that I'm quite proud of and very happy to have in my possession. And of course, when I have some time, I'm going to make a decision to see what I keep, what I sell. And of course, you know, you guys can check that out, and maybe I'll announce it in a short form video. But definitely a majority of these are going to be sold at my eBay store, the Carolina Collector 001. I will most likely do a short form video and say, okay, guys, some of those slabs you've seen me open, go check them out. They're available for sale. But I'll decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to sell. But again, thank you, SGC. You guys are doing a bang-up job. Their grading, in my opinion, has gotten much, much better. The turnaround time is very impressive. This one took a little longer because it is a bigger order. And the one mistake I will make as a footnote to all of this, when I declared the value of these two Ken Griffey Jr. cards, I based that at what the highest cost of the card is going for. In this case, I believe I saw a PSA 10 like I own going for like $2,400. So it ran like $85 to have this card graded because I didn't want to get upcharged. I have to be careful with that next time. I should be submitting prices of these cards in raw form so that this way I'm not paying so much to have them graded. But I tell you what, I'd rather take a chance and have a declared value of a PSA 10 or an SGC 10 and not get upcharged. Then I rather just pay the full price for whatever it is. So, you know, like I said, regardless and despite what I paid for these cards, I mean, I am thoroughly pleased with these grades. Thank you, SGC. Thank you to my customers. Thank you, all of you. I really appreciate the support. Again, look forward to some of these being listed at my eBay store. Not sure if I'm going to do it tonight. I do have to relist the base set of Mitchell & Ness cards and a couple other slabs that I had graded. I got to relist them. And again, there's a couple stragglers that haven't paid yet, and one possible shill bid that I'm going to have to relist that particular card and block the individual from bidding on my cards again. But so far, you guys have been epic. You've been slamming them cards out of the park. You guys have really been scooping up my cards. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone, for checking out my channel and helping to support the channel and my eBay store. Don't forget to smash that like button, comment in the comment section below. Also, subscribe to the channel. I'm really making a push to reach 1,000 subs. And also, head over to my eBay store where eventually I will have quite a few of these listed for sale. I got to do a little research first before I set prices up for these, but of course, they're all going to be listed as auctions. So, anyway, everyone, take care. God bless. Stay safe. And I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, everyone.